Hi, my name is Stevie Baines, and this is my presentation on preventing syphilis in females aged 15 to 24 in Maricopa County. So the health problem is that syphilis rates in Maricopa County have been steadily increasing over the past few years, particularly in females aged 15 to 14. The zip code is 85251, and this problem relates to a Healthy People 2030 objective. Fortunately, not only is this objective not currently being met on a national level, it's actually getting worse, and Maricopa County is contributing to this problem because syphilis rates are rising at a higher rate than the national average. So from 2021 to 2022, the syphilis rates in Maricopa County increased by 8%. On my web of casualty, we have one of the perceived strengths being the high percentage of the population in the zip code having insurance. This makes them able to access preventative care, and it makes it more affordable and feasible. Another perceived strength is the high percentage of the population in this zip code being above the federal poverty line. So this, combined with the majority of households having health insurance, contributes to making preventative care both affordable and feasible for my health problem. However, there are some barriers. One of those being that the percentage of people with their primary language not being English is 15.2%. This might create a language barrier when providing health education, and it must be considered when making my project. Another barrier is the majority of the STIs are reported in people under 25. So there are significant challenges in preventing STIs in this younger demographic, and syphilis is included. This group may be biologically more susceptible to STIs than other age groups. The goal of my health prevention project is that by the end of the sexual health education presentations, the participants will correctly identify 2 prevention techniques that they can use to decrease their risk of contracting syphilis. So there's going to be 3 primary components to the education sessions. There's going to be content about the pathology, so that's basically what syphilis is, how it infects people, and then the damage it can cause if left untreated. It's also going to have information about the different stages of syphilis. For instance, the first stage has a canker symptom where a small sore appears at the spot where the bacteria came into contact with the person's body. Then the second stage occurs after a few weeks. There's a rash that may or may not be faint and often starts on the trunk of the body, and a person might have flu-like symptoms. Then there's the latent stage where there are no symptoms, and then the last stage may occur years later, but it does not necessarily mean that complications are not occurring. And this is where the syphilis starts causing organ damage to many different organs of the body, like the brain, nerves, heart, liver, eyes, bones, and joints. Then there's also going to be content about preventing the problem, and the best way to prevent syphilis is either through abstinence or practicing safe sex. So safe sex could mean using a condom, and abstinence means abstaining from sex. Then the third part of the content is going to be about the community resources that have free or low costs to address the primary prevention and education. And so this would be like, for instance, Planned Parenthood has free condoms, and condoms are a great way to prevent syphilis by practicing safe sex and reducing the risk of transmission. The educational strategy I'll be using is the Teach Back. This is a really appropriate method for the population of females aged 15 to 24 because they're old enough to understand the info and verbalize it back to the health educator. It also lets the health educator understand how well they explain the information to the population, and allows them to supplement information as needed if it doesn't seem like they're understanding the information. So the timeline for this project is going to begin with planning that will occur over 4 weeks. And throughout these 4 weeks, curriculum will be developed, pre- and post-tests will be designed, education session locations will be secured, and advertising will take place. There will also be the hiring of staff like nurse educators, school nurses, community health educators. They will be trained, and then donations will be procured from stakeholders, and that's things like condoms to pass out at the end of the session. Then implementation will occur for 2 weeks, and that is where the actual sessions will be conducted 3 nights a week at varying locations to reach a maximum amount of people. Feedback will be collected from both the staff and participants in the program, and pre and post tests will be given to participants during the program. The evaluation phase will initially last a week, but will take a long time to garner long-term results, and that'll include analyzing the pre and post test data, and then compiling said data, sharing the evaluation results, and eventually collecting data from the county public health department to see if there has been any change in the syphilis rates for females aged 15 to 24. A perceived strength is that this population, most of them are above the federal poverty line, so they should be able to afford condoms, which are a key prevention strategy, even after they run out of the free condoms provided in the sessions. And then it will also address the barrier of the majority of STIs being in people under 25 by providing health education directly to students in high school and college. These are the references I used to make this presentation. Thank you for watching.